Imagine yourself in a high-stakes job interview, a tense negotiation, or even a first date, moments where every word and gesture matters. What if you could truly understand what someone is thinking and feeling beyond their words, just by noticing subtle cues? This superpower is real, grounded in science, and you can learn it. By the end of this video, you'll have 10 science-backed tips to read anyone and build stronger relationships, boost your career, and understand yourself better. Ready to unlock your inner human lie detector? Let's dive in. Our first tip is the foundation for reading people: establishing a baseline. A baseline is someone's normal, relaxed behavior, how they act, speak, and gesture when comfortable. Before looking for signs of deception, observe their baseline during low-stakes conversation. Notice their posture, speech rhythm, gestures, and eye contact. Once you know they're normal, any significant change becomes a red flag. People show stress or deception through changes from their norm. For example, if a calm colleague suddenly fidgets when asked about a deadline, that shift is meaningful. Your friend laughs loudly and gestures often, but when you bring up a certain topic, they fold their arms and give one-word answers. That's a deviation worth noting. Spotting deviations from baseline is your key to unlocking what's really going on. Tip 2. Microexpressions are fleeting, involuntary facial expressions that last less than a second, but they reveal the truth. According to psychologist Dr. Paul Ekman, emotions like fear, anger, and disgust can flash across a person's face before they consciously control it. These microexpressions are hardwired and universal. For example, someone says, "I'm happy for you," but their face briefly flashes sadness or resentment. That flicker tells the real story. Or in a negotiation, you mention a deal term, and for a split second they flash discomfort before putting on a smile. If you can spot these micro moments, you'll catch the truth behind the mask. Micro-expressions are your window into someone's unfiltered emotions, providing valuable insights into their true thoughts and feelings. Tip 3. Pay attention when words don't match tone, facial expressions, or body language. That mismatch is called incongruence. When someone is trying to deceive or suppress emotion, their verbal and nonverbal signals often don't align. The brain has a hard time faking everything at once. You might hear someone say, "I'm not upset," but their tone is tight, their arms are crossed, and their eyes are avoiding yours. Or a coworker tells you they support your idea, but their voice sounds flat, and they're fidgeting the whole time. That mismatch is where the truth hides. Trust the nonverbal. It's more honest than the words. Tip 4. Where someone's body is pointed can be more telling than what comes out of their mouth. We subconsciously orient our torso, shoulders, and feet toward what interests or attracts us, and away from what we want to escape. This is why body direction is often called a truth compass. If you're at a party and someone's speaking to you, but their torso and feet are angled toward the buffet table, their body is telling you they'd rather be elsewhere. On the other hand, if someone leans in and their entire body points toward you during a conversation, that's genuine engagement. In group settings, watch for the person whose feet constantly shift toward the exit or who keeps glancing at their phone. Even if they smile and nod, their body is already halfway out the door. Learning to read this directional intent helps you understand where people's focus and energy truly lie, whether it matches their words or not. Tip 5. Mirroring is one of the clearest signs of connection, and it happens completely beneath the radar. When someone subtly imitates your posture, gestures, or tone of voice, it usually means they feel rapport with you. This subconscious behavior, known as isopraxism, is the body's way of saying, "We're in sync." Think about a first date. You lean in, and they lean in too. You cross your legs, and moments later they do the same. That's a strong sign of mutual interest. In professional settings like meetings, if a client starts to use similar phrasing or gestures as you, that's a good signal that trust is building. But there's a flip side. If mirroring suddenly stops, especially during a disagreement or tense moment, it can suggest a shift in emotional connection. When people feel distant or disconnected, the unconscious synchronization often disappears. So, watch for when people start to mirror you and when they stop. Tip 6. Decode the eyes. The eyes really are the window to the soul, or at least to someone's emotional state. Eye contact, eye movement, blinking, and even eye-blocking behaviors offer powerful clues. For instance, someone who avoids eye contact while answering a difficult question might be feeling anxious or hiding something. Rapid blinking or darting eyes can be signs of stress, distraction, or discomfort. On the other hand, sustained eye contact, especially without blinking, can signal confidence or deep interest, but it can also indicate an attempt to dominate or control the situation. Then there's eye blocking, such as rubbing the eyes, covering them with a hand, or suddenly looking away. These behaviors often reflect discomfort, disapproval, or a desire to shield oneself emotionally. The key is to read these signals in context, not isolation, and to notice changes during the conversation. The eyes rarely lie, even when someone's words do. Tip 7. What someone says is important, but how they say it often reveals even more. When people are under pressure or trying to conceal something, their voice tends to betray them. Shifts in pitch, speed, volume, or tone are like vocal tells. If someone typically speaks calmly but suddenly starts talking faster and louder when you bring up a specific topic, that spike could signal stress or defensiveness. Think of the phrase, "I'm fine," delivered in a high-pitched, shaky voice. It's probably not fine at all. In negotiations, a sudden drop in tone, a pause or hesitation after a key question might indicate uncertainty, discomfort, or hidden concerns. These vocal changes happen automatically under emotional strain. So when you're trying to read someone, don't just focus on what's being said. Tune into how it's being said. That's where the truth often lives. Tip 8. When someone feels anxious or under pressure, their body often tries to calm itself through small automatic movements. These are known as pacifying gestures. They're usually unconscious and can take many forms: rubbing the neck, touching the face, fiddling with jewelry, tapping fingers, or even lightly stroking the arm. These gestures are the body's built-in way of self-soothing. For example, if you ask a tough question and the person starts rubbing their hands or fidgeting with a pen, it's a sign their stress is rising. Compliment someone, and they instantly touch their face or play with their hair. That's not always confidence. It could be nervousness or self-consciousness. During a disagreement, watch for lip biting or a hand going to the back of the neck, both classic cues of inattention. While pacifying gestures don't automatically mean someone is lying, they're strong indicators of emotional discomfort, and they often appear at the most revealing moments. Tip 9. The eyebrow flash is one of the quickest and most reliable signs of recognition or interest. It's a rapid upward movement of the eyebrows that typically lasts less than half a second, and it happens before we can control it. You've probably seen it without even realizing it. You walk into a room, and someone who recognizes you flashes their eyebrows and smiles. That's a genuine signal of warmth or welcome. The same thing happens in conversations when someone hears something that sparks their curiosity or excitement. Their eyebrows shoot up involuntarily. For example, mention an exciting idea in a meeting, and if someone's eyebrows rise quickly, you've caught their interest. On the flip side, if you greet someone and there's no eyebrow movement at all, just a blank expression, they might not recognize you, or they're not as engaged as they pretend to be. It's subtle, but powerful. Tip 10. Ask revealing questions. Move beyond yes/no questions. Use open-ended or presumptive questions to invite honest, detailed responses. For example, instead of, "Are you okay?" ask, "What's been the most challenging part of your day?" Ask for stories, not just opinions. Instead of asking, "Did you like the project?" try, "What part of the project did you enjoy the most?" If they hesitate or struggle to answer, you've learned more than a simple yes could reveal. These questions increase cognitive load, making it harder to hide true feelings. As they answer, watch for nonverbal cues that reveal even more. Great questions unlock genuine responses and hidden emotions. You've just unlocked 10 powerful tips, a new superpower, to read people instantly and understand their unspoken cues. This knowledge will give you a significant advantage in all your interactions. Start with the basics. It's crucial to build a solid foundation before moving on to more complex interpretations. Establish a baseline. Observe their typical behavior in neutral situations to understand what's normal for them. Look for incongruence. When their words don't match their body language, that's a red flag. And watch for comfort tells. These subtle actions reveal underlying emotions and anxieties. Mastering these skills will transform your ability to understand others, fostering deeper and more meaningful relationships. Remember, the goal is connection, not manipulation. We're aiming to build bridges, not exploit vulnerabilities. It's vital to understand that no single nonverbal signal is a foolproof sign of deception. Instead, view these cues as tools for gaining insight into someone's emotional state. To interpret them accurately, you must consider them holistically, always remaining mindful of both individual personality and cultural differences that shape behavior. Use these skills to build empathy and trust. This will lead to stronger bonds and more authentic interactions. Have you ever noticed someone's body language completely contradict what they were saying? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might help others learn too. If you found this message valuable, your support helps us reach a wider audience. Please consider liking this post and sharing it with anyone who might benefit. To ensure you don't miss future content on self-empowerment, subscribe to our channel. Our next video is available here. Thank you for your time and support.